A stranger tipped me $500, but now I feel guilty. So, this happened a few days ago, and I can't stop thinking about it. I, 27F, work as a waitress in a small diner. It's nothing fancy, but we have a steady stream of regulars. Last Wednesday, it was raining cats and dogs, and the place was unusually empty. Around lunchtime, this older gentleman, probably in his 60s, came in. He looked tired, but had kind eyes. He ordered a coffee and a BLT, and we made some small talk. He mentioned he was just passing through town after visiting his grandkids. When he finished eating, he handed me the check and said, "Thanks for being so kind." People don't talk much these days. I smiled and said it was no problem. Then he left. When I went to clear his table, I saw he'd left a $500 tip on a $12 bill. At first, I thought it was a mistake, but he was already gone. I told my manager, who just shrugged and said, "Lucky you." Now here's the thing. I needed that money. I'm behind on rent, and my car just broke down, but I can't help feeling guilty. What if he didn't mean to leave that much? What if he needed it more than I do? I've been debating whether to try to track him down. The receipt had a credit card number partially printed on it, so maybe I could figure out where he stayed. But is that overstepping? What would you do in my situation?
My cat is demanding rent, and I'm starting to think he's serious. So I've always known my cat, Mr. Whiskers, had a bit of an attitude. He's the type who will sit in the middle of the hallway, like a mob boss waiting for you to trip over him. But lately, things have taken a turn, and I'm genuinely starting to feel like I owe him something. It started a couple of weeks ago when I was late giving him his morning treat. He sat on the counter staring at me, and let out this long, dramatic meow that sounded more like a lecture than a complaint. I laughed it off, but then he did. Something that felt deliberate. He knocked my coffee mug off the counter, while maintaining direct eye contact. Fine, I gave him a treat to get him to chill out. Big mistake. Since that day, it's like he's created a schedule. Every morning he sits by the treat jar and waits. If I try to ignore him, he starts meowing louder and louder, following me around the house. If I still don't comply, he goes full mafia mode, knocking things off tables, pushing my phone off the nightstand, and once even dragging a sock into his litter box as